So I really wanted to do a part 2 about Nic and Alandria's affection towards one another. And I'm more going to talk about the physical touch thing in general, more than just talking about how they show their affection and, their likeness for one another. So let's just jump right into it. When we are talking about Nic and Alandria, I think they both like physical touch, but of course Nic is a little bit, that's like specifically his niche, and I think Alandria just has to ease into it. So the example would be Nic always helping Alandria up or down the stairs, always holding her hand when she has on this tight-fitted outfit and, these cute little tiny heels, and he's just helping her walk to and from places. We saw that in episode 30 when it came down to the night of the coupling up. And of course dumping with Zach and them. We saw this in episode 31 and in episode 32 regarding, him always reaching out to hold her hand when they're walking places, always reaching out to hold her hand when she's going up the stairs. And I think it's very endearing and honestly absolutely amazing to see. Because the thing is, if you guys go back and, meet the cast or meet the Islanders in episode 1, what is one of the things that Nic says? Nic says, I want to take care of my woman. I want to have those deep talks and connection with my woman. I'm here for love, right? I want to find somebody that I can absolutely take care of. And with Sierra, I think at first he truly did feel something with her. She was comfortable. He liked her. And especially when it came down to Alandria, even when he was coupled up with Sierra those few weeks before even Casa came, I think he did hyper-focus and heavily focus on Sierra because, once again, I don't think he ever thought that Alandria really even wanted him like that. I don't think that he probably thought he never had a chance. So his affection that you guys see towards Sierra those first few weeks before Casa, I think was very real. The reason why you see a shift of affection towards Sierra after the Casa Amar recoupling and dumping is because he had a taste of something that he has always wanted and never thought that he could have. That taste was specifically Alandria. Being coupled up with her those 24 to 36 hours was truly the best time that he could have because, as he already admitted, he has always looked at her from afar. He considered her his secret admirer, right? Nic said that he has been secretly admiring Alandria since the beginning. He's admitted this to her, right? He's always found her to be beautiful. That physical connection was always there in every challenge, every chance they could. Episode 1, what did he do? He beelined and kissed Alandria and Alandria alone when it came down to who else would you want to be paired up with outside of your partner. So obviously he's always wanted her. And when he had that chance in episode 21 and 22, he took it and he used it to his advantage to pretty much pour his heart out with Alandria. Now, when we're talking about them being coupled up now again, the reason why you see him move a little bit slower is because I think he realized that maybe he was laying it on way too thick. And because, once again, Alandria is a slow burner. Alandria has to ease into things. That does not mean that spark, that connection that they had during that moment, especially during that soul ties kiss that, once again, we will never forget, that does not mean that Alandria didn't want that. I think he just realized that, okay, I have to move a little bit slower and a little bit more patient with this beautiful, beautiful woman. I also like the fact that Nic is so comfortable with Alandria this time around and is more teasing her. He's more affectionate with her. He is physically close to her all the time. Every chance he gets, he's going to be touching her in some way, physically close to her, definitely making that intense eye contact with her. They actually literally are always eye effing each other, which is really funny, and I don't even think they realize that. Alandria has eyes of a siren, okay? Her eyes are so freaking beautiful and dark, and they can pull anybody in. They definitely pull me in every time she gives Nick that little sly grin, and she, does her little eyelash flutter. Yeah, we see you, Alandria. You may not understand that you're doing it, but we see you. We understand where Nick's coming from, okay? Sorry, let's get back to it. But I do like the fact that Nick can tease around with Alandria. The whole "did you miss me" thing in episode 32, I thought was like a perfect scene for both of them. Nick's able to show her his playful side and, get her all giddy. Alandria, the way that she couldn't speak at first and just shook her head and looked at him, and then she was like, yeah. He was so cute. By the way, people are misinterpreting that as if to say that she is disinterested. Y'all, this is what I mean, that y'all don't pay attention to women's mannerisms. That girl was just nervous. Okay? Leave her be. And Nick knew that, which is why he just looked at her and smiled at her and gave her a little wink. Yes, he gave her a little wink, y'all. It was really cute. And once again, Nick holds Alandria like he's kind of scared of losing her. He also holds her as if to ground her. Like, within this scene right here, this example, this freeze frame that we gotten off of Twitter, because unfortunately it was not in the episode. Producers, when I see you, producers, when I see you. Sorry. Anyways, when we look at this scene right here, you see the way that he's wrapping his entire body around her as if like making sure that she's covered around him. That is very much Nick being extremely protective of her. It is a moment of him showing her that he's here and that he's going to always be there for her. Now, I know I've been talking about Nick this entire time, but let's also focus on Alandria here. Do you see how she's leaning into him and she's putting her head against his neck and shoulder? Do you see how she's literally gripping his arm? Yeah, that woman wants that man bad, okay? Look at her little tiny smile. Look at her little tiny facial expression. She is daydreaming right now. She's probably thinking, this man smells so good. Him holding me like this and everything. Man, I cannot wait until we get out this villa so I can jump his bones. Like, Alandria, you're not slick. We see everything. I see everything. I know what you're thinking right now. So no, I don't like and appreciate the fact that people are consistently saying that because there's no physical touch or physical affection between the two, that it's not meant to be and that they're just faking it. You guys really don't understand what it means for a man or for a woman to like each other and wanting to actually ease into it. Mind you, I still think they're trying to move a little bit careful and cautious because Nick was literally just coupled up with Sierra a few episodes ago, okay? Alandria may have admitted that she wants to be more selfish with Nick. She wants to finally actually 100% explore things with Nick and give it her all. But that does not mean that they understand that they're like oblivious to what's going on the outside or oblivious to what other people might think. So I really need you guys to relax off of that and just know that the physical affection, the small touches, the way that Nick helps her down the stairs, the way that Nick holds her and hugs her and holds her hand, that is going to be something that they will always have. That is exactly what they were both looking for. And to leave this off on a note to get the girls and the boys possibly daydreaming, that next kiss that they will be having within the next few episodes, oh, that's going to be intense. Might I say even more intense than Soul Ties? Even more intense than the Blindfold Challenge? Even more intense than any of the other challenges that they've had since episode 1. I told y'all, Nick is absolutely obsessed with Alandria. He's possessive of her. He's going to want to devour her and consume her in any way that he can. Nick and Alandria kiss like they're hungry for each other. So I think that in regards to their official coupling up kiss again, just know we're all going to be excited again.